Big Balls Bob. Not to be confused with Tiny Balls Todd.
I do have a body. It's very fantastic. More of a temple, really, than a body.
I can't tell if he's doing a bit or not.
I'm glad you brought that point up because
Todd's a pussy.
It's right next to Todd's OnlyFans.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, Todd's not dumb. I tried to get in a high honest English class once, and they called my parents and were like, hey, just tell him he can't do it.
It shows. It really shows. I'm a dumbass, and I'm sorry.
The first time you've been let out of mom's basement, right?
Oh, no, I'm still in mom's basement, actually.
I hate you guys so much.
I'm going to throw these two guys into the screen so that if I die, they can carry on the legacy of crap that is this show. Green Bay Packer fans, how are you doing? It has been a while. It's been a while since we've opened Lombardi's bar and talked about all this Packer stuff. It's been a while since I've talked to people that wasn't just my wife or newborn son. Glad you guys could make it here. This is Lombardi's bar, everybody. I'm your bartender, Dan Connick. Thank you so much for joining us. To open up the bar today, let's get a drink special in here. And our drink special for today is to commemorate the life and legacy. I shouldn't say life, he's still alive. Of one Mr. Devonte Adams, the 1-7 out here. It's in your top two drinks, not two. What's in it? It's 1 part Kettle One, 2 parts 7-Up. I don't know if those actually work together, but the names work together. And on top of that, just plenty of super great memories from Devonte Adams. It is such sweet sorrow parting, but Devonte Adams has moved on to greener pastures, he thinks, in Las Vegas. We've had handful of other Packers leave us. We've had a few join us, a few coming back. There's tons to talk about here in the Packer offseason. So let's bring these two guys in here to talk about all of it. It's Jimmy Christensen and Todd Varney. Guys, how you doing? How's it been so far?
I missed that intro.
I was doing so much better before you started singing. Now I just
It's
I
been
don't
a
know
while.
I don't know that I want to be here anymore.
Todd, you don't want to be here from the jump, so don't try to blame the singing.
That's true.
I wish I could go back to the me before I did all of that. Guys, how has the offseason been treating you? It's been almost exactly 2 months since we last spoke, or last had a Packer game, I should say. So how has it been? How's the offseason been? There's been plenty of stuff flying around in Green Bay. How have you been handling it so far?
I need to hear Todd's remarks on this one.
It's been good. It's been a good off season. I've been great doing some cleanses, a lot of spiritual stuff. I haven't eaten any ghee yet, but I've got some in my Amazon cart. I'm looking to get into the house here shortly. We'll just take it from there, see what happens. But yeah, just a lot of self-reflection, working on myself for the upcoming season.
Okay. Before we get to that.
Yeah.
Iowa Joe in the chat. Thank you. It's the first thing I said when I came in there.
Nah, okay.
Explain it, Jimmy.
I bought tie-dye overalls from a farmer's market, and they didn't have any one to fit me because apparently I'm taller than most of the women that shop there. And so they needed to give me ones that I had to tie to fit my body. But no, it's just tie-dye overalls.
It looks like a dress. Like the camera makes it look shiny.
No, dude, it's just tie-dye. I'm going down south, so I need to get some overalls, but I didn't want to I'm buying a pair of jean ones. I'm going to cut them to jorts. So they're going to be like jort overalls. And then I got my tie-dye ones to rock when it's cold.
Okay. All right. Todd.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, Jacob.
Thoughts on the biggest news? The Packers have a brand new punter. What do we think? Changing the game, right?
I they got to have one. So whatever, I guess what is it? Pat O'Connell. Sure, we'll take him.
I was going to ask if you knew his name. I'm impressed. I feel like at this point you should just never learn their name and just refer to them by punter.
Yeah, no, it's a pretty easy name to figure out. I mean, the POC. So we'll let him run with that for now. But it's just gross. Do something besides punt. Hopefully he doesn't shank a third of the punts that he makes. He's kicked in cold weather before, so he understands what he's getting himself into.
Yeah.
But also feel like he's probably just
familiar with the rivalry that is Bears Packers. So
yeah,
you can have Lucas Patrick. We'll take. I think it's O'Donnell. Is it? I think it's O'Donnell.
I don't give a shit what it is. To be honest,
I was waiting for that. Dude, I think out of all the people leaving, I'm most besides Devonte, that one sucks. Yeah. But I'm most bummed about Lucas Patrick. I felt like he was so good on our offensive line. He could move around. He could be center, either guard. And from what we've seen, our depth at offensive line has been like the most valuable thing over the last few seasons. And then on top of that, we'll get to the offensive player, but I forgot what fucking show I'm doing. We'll get to buy around in a little bit, and I'll mention another person. Yeah, that offensive line depth has me a little bit worried.
Yeah, the offensive line depth. I mean, depth everywhere. I feel like is kind of that's like really the main concern at this point.
Especially because Oren Burks left.
Of course,
Jesus, how will we ever?
The rock that was Oren Burks holding down the linebacking position.
Yeah, him and Ty Summers. If this team survives without both of them,
shut it down. Shut it down if we lose Ty Summers. We'll just take a forfeit every week.
Dude,
all right, guys.
Good special teamer.
You want to jump into buy around? I feel like
with buy shit with you, Jimmy.
Buy around will eventually hit all of the main topics that have come out of the off season so far. We'll hit all of them as we go through. So, Todd, do you want to kick us off with your buy around?
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna go with somebody Packer related, but I do want to throw out a buy around for Ryan Collins from Artec Venture. One of our sponsors from last season was just named the Austinite of the Year in Austin, Texas. So shout out to him. Huge honor there for that dude. Worked super hard for it. So I want to give him a shout out. We appreciate everything he does for us here at Game On Wisconsin. My other buy around is Brian Gutekunst for figuring out how to somehow make this shit work and bring back the majority of the team. Little thin at wide receiver, but we've got some time regardless. I mean, you wouldn't know this if you look in like Packer fan Facebook groups. The season doesn't start tomorrow, so it's okay that the wide receiver room doesn't have, a lot of depth or high end talent in it right now. We've got some time to figure that out. There's a thing called the draft that's going to be happening here in about a month. Hey, by the way, what are you guys doing for that? You guys got any plans that weekend?
Oh, funny you should ask.
Huh?
I'm going to Cincinnati and partying at the best Packer bar in America. Max,
that was in Kentucky.
I think I'll meet you there.
It's technically in Kentucky.
Yeah, I'm free that weekend. I can meet you there.
I'm not going to commit to that, but I might go.
You can walk there.
I'm riding in your trunk.
Damn overall.
God damn it.
I'm going to get some green and gold overall, like tie-dye overalls now for this next one. You're welcome. He's going to mute me, aren't you?
No, that's fine.
You going to keep going?
So, Todd, Gutekunst.
He brought back the majority of the team. I don't know. Okay, I figured one of you guys would have something to say on that, too.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll just carry the whole fucking show. How's that sound? You know who else? I'm excited. We got Billy Turner. Tough for him. Right? And then who else is on the list here?
Fuck off. All right, so I'm gonna jump in that asshole. Billy Turner's mine. By the round 4. I think he was, especially his first year. There's no going around it. Not that great. He definitely struggled at right guard. They moved him out to right tackle, played left tackle for us as well. So I just think he was underappreciated his last 2 years, especially with the versatility and able to fill a lot of needs on that offensive line. He's being released because of cap issues and that pending for a failed physical. They released him under that. So hopefully he's able to get healthy, get to another team. Or, if he wants to come back, we'll just sign him for a cheap ass deal.
Yeah. I think isn't that failed physical kind of just like an understood agreement of like a way to sort of end things more amicably, or like it helps, doesn't it help both sides like kind of move on faster or something? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Okay. But either way, yes, Billy Turner, that was one I was sad to see go, especially off that offensive line. Sort of the underappreciated, constantly underappreciated part of that offensive line. My buy around is for another Packer that has moved on, and that is Devonte Adams. I personally, I don't care about if he made the decision that he wanted to leave the minute that we lost that game against San Francisco, or he made it 3 days ago. It doesn't matter to me. The guy didn't want to be here, and for a good reason. He wanted to go play with his buddy, his former teammate. He wanted to go to a place that was going to pay him the big bucks that, Green Bay technically was going to pay, but not in the way that they think in the way he wanted. He gets to go to a new place, play in a new offense, prove himself even more that he's not just an Aaron Rodgers product. And like I said, get to play with his guy. So no, I harbor no ill will toward Devonte Adams. We got a second round pick for a guy who was going to walk if we didn't do anything. So throw it back to Todd's Goody. Like getting that for a guy that was never going to play for you again. Mm-hmm. Outstanding. So Devonte Adams, forever a Green Bay Packer, forever in our hearts. Enjoy Vegas, baby.
Do you think he would have wanted to stay here if there was a dome over Lambeau and he didn't have to play in the freezing cold all the time?
I think that had to be it.
I'm hearing that weather might have played a role in this decision a little bit. So just curious.
Yeah, no, I think that was a big part of it. I don't think it had much to do with Derek Carr or anything like that. I think it was literally he said, like you, Todd, I want a dome over Lambeau, and they said no. And so he said, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
And I know Devonte is a family man and everything now, but man, I bet it's got to be kick ass to be a professional sports player in Vegas.
Yeah, that's why they all get arrested.
Like that's like that is such an awesome deal to get to play professional sports in Vegas. Like I'm happy. I'm happy, Devonte, that you get to do. I'm going to live vicariously through Devonte Adams now.
Just take your wife and kid over to Vegas. Move there and do something.
I'd love to live in Vegas. Are you kidding me?
No. I hear you right now.
What's stopping you? Why wouldn't you?
Multitude of reasons.
Let's get into it. Let's unpack this while we think about you packing up and heading west.
Maybe in the future. Maybe in the future.
All right. Okay, think about it. That's all I'm asking. Don't box yourself into Detroit.
Thank you. I technically don't live in Detroit anymore. I'm north of Detroit. I'm in the burbs now.
Whatever.
Detroit North.
Who wants to pay the tab, Jimmy? Who needs to pay the tab for you?
I'm going with homeboy Zadarius Smith. We knew he was leaving for a long time. He decided not to go back to the Ravens, which would have been a great fit for him, where he started out. And then the Vikings, of course, put free agent Zadarius Smith coming for a visit as like a graphic, like, congrats, like you didn't do anything yet. They end up signing him. He's all just, I don't know. He didn't want to be in the Packers anymore. I think some of them were kind of sick of him too, ever since that whole captain thing. And then he wanted a new contract. Just have fun being the second best team in the NFC North.
Yeah. I need so much more information about what is going on with Zadarius Smith, because to basically announce that he was signing with the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
And then it all switch up again, and now it's the Vikings, and now it's he's got this revenge tour thing on his mind. It's like there's so much behind the scenes we don't know about. I need a full 30 for 30 about the whole situation. I want all the information about it. Yeah.
I just want to point out that was baby Howie crying as soon as you said that you were stuck in Detroit. As soon as you were like negative about moving to Vegas, I can't, we got stuff, and Howie was like, I'm not staying here, okay? Get me out of this place.
He's gonna be sorely disappointed. No, he had to get shots. He's not happy about that.
He's gonna be crabby for a little bit.
Yeah.
He just got shots today.
He got shots yesterday, and then he had doctor stuff today. So he's been having a rough couple days. So.
And then they stick that thermometer up the butt. That really hurts.
Oh yeah, a couple times.
Jimmy, I got to take you to the vet tomorrow to get your shots. Pick you up about
and neutered.
I got you guys. Yeah, if we want to book a vasectomy too at that time, I'm okay with that.
No, I didn't say vasectomy. I said neuter. And we're taking the whole kit and caboodle.
I don't know who this we is, Dan, but you guys can just knock yourselves out with that. I'll be in the waiting room. I'll bring a phone charger, so I've got power. We're good to go.
It could be our next episode of Lombardi's Bar live while getting vasectomy.
Live.
Shit. I think we just found next year's bar bet.
Oh God.
Hey, they did that. That was a minor league baseball team a couple years ago. The head coach or manager, whatever you call him, got a prostate exam in the middle of a game, and they did it live on the Jumbotron. It was like to promote prostate cancer and like prostate awareness. And he got a prostate exam live on the Jumbotron. Now that sounds like a bar bet. Hey, Fred, you came at the perfect time, Fred.
If you could get someone to agree to stick their finger up my butt and have people watch, I'll make that bet.
A doctor will do that.
No, that should be first place.
Shameless plug for on brand and off topic OnlyFans. Check us out.
Yeah. First place doesn't have to do anything. Second place is the doctor. Third place gets the finger up their butt. Bar bets next year.
Wait a minute. Wait.
So really what's going to be either Todd sticking his finger up your butt or you're sticking your
Grandma
finger up
Joan.
his butt.
Hi, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma. Anyways, who is your pay the tab, Todd?
Changing the subject from that, now that Grandma's here, I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers. Should have no problem paying the tab. Lots of money coming his way. Excited to see him come back, and I'm just going to preemptively pay the tab because I'm sure he's going to say or do something in the next, I don't know, a couple of months here. Sure. That's just going to send Dan into an insane Twitter fury over words that somebody said on a show trying to promote something else. So just, damn it, Aaron, why?
It's coming.
I can't wait till he talks about the war in Ukraine. I just want to get all political.
Oh, God,
things
you
going.
know that's coming. Oh, you know it's coming.
Honestly, Putin's making some really good points. I don't know.
Yeah. If Putin was just more spiritual, he'd be doing so much better.
Oh, I used to be a part of Russia.
So, prostates, guys. Speaking of prostates, my favorite tab. Packer fans. You know the ones I'm talking about. If you think it's you that I'm talking about, then it's you that I'm talking about.
If you're offended by what Dan's about to say, he's talking about you.
I mean, just every draft expert and every cap expert that's come on and given us the opinion of how Brian Gutekunst is the worst GM in history because he let Devonte Adams walk, and just every person ripping on because we haven't traded for, every other wide receiver that's come available. And like Jimmy said, guys, it is still a month away from the draft. Things will
that was
change.
me.
Todd said it. Todd said it.
If it's a
Somebody
good
said
point,
it.
it's usually Todd. I don't really give those.
The
He's not
draft.
wrong.
The draft is still on its way. There's still plenty of free agency left to go here, guys. Things will work out. As we always say, trust your Goot. Trust him. He is going to do right by the organization. And you can bookmark this for when we draft a quarterback with pick 22. Chris Olave still on the board. Bookmark.
I mean, if Kenny Pickett falls that far, he got it. I mean, Jesus.
Who's that guy from Liberty? Malik Willis?
Yeah, if he's there, I mean,
I want him.
go for it.
Can
Only
we
upset.
entertain this hypothetical for a moment? If you get to let's say it's pick 22 and one of those top flight quarterbacks somehow falls down to there. You have pick 28 still sitting there. Do you pull the trigger on a quarterback again?
Yes. And here's why. Think about how good Aaron Rodgers has been with one first-round quarterback behind him. Imagine if there's two. Okay.
Do 3. Just get both first-round picks.
Go for it, dude. Like, how many MVPs can you win in one season? Because he will do that.
That's all they just have three quarterbacks on the make it 4 quarterbacks on the roster. Aaron Rodgers and 3 first-round picks. We'll trade for, I don't know, we'll get Marcus Mariota back from the Falcons or something.
No, Todd wants Josh Rosen.
Is he still in the league?
Yes. Damn. Yeah, and he's good. He's just got to find the right situation. I was going to say right fit, and then I tried to say situation. Fituation. I like that. I'm using it.
Yep. Just like Gardner Minshew.
Dude, no, he's bad.
He's
Josh
better than
Rosen.
Josh Rosen.
Real good.
Where is he?
He's on a practice squad somewhere. I don't know. I lost track of him when he was in San Francisco.
He's on the Falcons. They were before they signed.
Is he really?
Yeah, before they signed Mariota, people were trying to say maybe he has a shot to actually play, but no, because he sucks, Todd.
Dude, he can beat out Marcus Mariota. Probably not, though, because it's a bad fit. Who's he supposed to throw the ball to?
Kyle Pitts.
And
that is one team that's
Cordero
worse
Patterson
off at wide receiver than us.
he's a running back, Dan.
He's a weapon.
Ooh.
He's their best running back and best receiver, which doesn't mean much because I'm pretty sure we had Ty Montgomery in that role for a minute, and that was bad.
I don't quite understand what this comment is.
He's on the Patriots now. I bet
Shut
Ty
the
Montgomery
fuck
does
up.
great.
Ty Montgomery is
shut
on
the
the
fuck up.
Patriots now?
Yeah.
God. Him and Taysom Hill have just stolen so much money from Sean Payton over the last 2 or 3 years. It's
How
highway
can you
robbery.
compare anybody to what Taysom Hill did to Sean Payton and the Saints? Ty Montgomery's getting paid as a fourth string running back. It's not like he's stealing 16 million like Taysom Hill is.
And it's not Sean Payton's money, okay?
Right. Whoever the GM of the Saints is. I don't know.
Okay, well, the owner is actually probably who's writing that check. I don't think GMs put their money on the line, Dan. Come on. Do we need to go through an org structure for you with an NFL team?
Yeah, if you could real quick, just give me a basic synopsis.
Go for it. Go for it, Todd. We got time.
Owner up top, paying the bills.
Yeah.
GM and some other guys in there. They're doing front office shit. Head coach
Really quick,
down
who
there.
are some of the other guys? So I know just who's really putting in the work.
Their names are just mostly Jim and Bill. A lot of those guys.
So not positions. They literally say hey, I need a GM, a Jim, and a Bill.
We need to find a new Jim.
Yeah, if you don't have a GM, a Jim, and a Bill, your entire organization is just toast.
What about Mark?
That's what's going wrong in Miami.
What's the best names for a head coach, Todd?
Mike's got to be up there. There's just been a lot of success with Mike.
Top three head coach names. Mike, number 1. John, number 2.
Oh, this just in. Dan really likes John Gruden.
Big John Gruden guy.
Yeah, Dan's a big John Gruden guy.
3, Matt. Those are the top 3. Those are the top 3. That's the power ranking of head coach names.
Wow, putting John Gruden in over Vince Lombardi. Spicy
Number
take.
4, number 4, Buddy. If
Dan wants to name it the Gruden Trophy.
if you're a head football coach and your name is Buddy, you are winning at least 10 games a year.
3 games. Is there a Buddy?
Not anymore.
Do you have someone in your
NFL banned them. They were winning too many games.
Buddy Ryan came in, took the league by storm, and then propagated from his own loins his own coaching tree.
Where does Urban rank on the
All the way at
list?
the freaking bottom.
I don't know. If Matt doesn't work out in Green Bay, I wouldn't mind getting some Urban Meyer up in there.
God, no. Oh, my
Should we?
God.
I mean, we got Matt Nagy. Let's remember that. Are you sure Matt's still at number 3? I feel like he just pulls that whole name group down to like 7, 8 range.
Mike Singletary.
Trying to think of other Matts.
I don't know any. I know those 2.
I don't know. I'm confident in the top 2. Mike and John are the top 2.
All right. What part of the show are we on right now?
Well, I think we've moved on into the bullshit part before we go into drunk tweet of the week. You guys just want to get to drunk tweet of the week here?
Well, what's one move? What's your favorite move the Packers have done so far? What's your favorite re-signing besides Rodgers? Take him out of it.
Rasul Douglas. That's mine. I wanted Rasul back from the get-go. And I thought when they re-signed Campbell, I thought that meant the end of guys like Rasul and Tunyon. But again, another move to trading Devonte Adams. You're not just getting back those picks, but they gave him the space to sign guys like Rasul. Love Rasul Douglas. I really hope he wasn't just a flash in the pan because it's gonna really hurt because I love the kid.
What would I don't know. I'm trying to go through things that would possibly cause him to be a flash in the pan, but it's not like the defense is changing much. Like if anything, we're getting back Jair, so he has less responsibility on that end. We still have our normal pass rush that we had last year, and we'll probably draft somebody high up. Our defensive line still
Jimmy draft insider. Look out.
Yeah. Call me Ian Rappaport. Our defensive line, we signed Reed. We have Todd's favorite steroid, Dean Lowry. I don't know. There's really no reason for him not to do as well, if not better. It's another year in the system. He bounced around 5 fucking teams before he landed with us.
Yeah, it's a classic situation of it's all on him. He has all the tools. He has the situation to thrive and keep doing what he did last year. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see him back. So,
Toddeth, what about you?
I gotta say Devandra Campbell. I mean, just to finally have a presence in the middle of the defense that this team hasn't had ever. Nick Barnett, I think, probably the last guy that really held his own there in the middle of the field. So
AJ Hawk.
Who?
AJ Hawk.
Super Bowl champion, AJ Hawk.
Stop it.
Blake Martinez.
Dan, why don't you just start singing again so I can take off? Jimmy's gonna talk like this.
If you like pina coladas.
God damn it. What have I done?
You want to get a drunk tweet of the week? Because technically,
Jimmy.
I got 2.
Well, who's Jimmy's favorite signing? He asked the question.
Yeah,
who you got, guy?
Yeah.
Let me tell you guys. I'm super happy that we kept Alan Lazard around. We had nothing at wide receiver. You put that second round tenure on him, or tender on 10, whatever.
Yeah,
second round thing on him.
Just pick a word. You're fine.
And I don't know. It showed the commitment to them. He's probably, besides Devonte Adams, he was the most consistent receiver we had. When you saw a drop from MVS, you'd be like, okay, that happens. Probably one every 3 or one every 4 passes. But then like Lazard, he's consistent. It's a surprise when he drops the ball. He seems to always be open on third down. To have him back there, I think he's going to be a great wide receiver number 2 next season, and prove a lot of people wrong, because people really don't think he can be wide receiver number 2, but he's he stepped up huge at the end of last season. What was it? 10 touchdowns in the last 8 games or something like that. So I think that's big to get him back on the team.
I agree. Especially when you knew you were getting that Devonte Adams was going to be gone, and there was a good chance you weren't signing MVS back, which we see today that was a lost cause. A guy like Allen Lazard.
Good on MVS for getting paid.
Seriously, get the bag, man.
That kind of money, if Goody would have signed that deal with MVS, he would not have been my buy around. I know that much.
Yeah. That is a lot of money.
And honestly, that's probably what made him not do that deal, was just knowing
that he would have to buy. Yeah. He would have to pay the tab.
Yeah. How much do you think Christian Kirk's $18 million a year for the Jaguars bumped up MVS's? Because that kind of set the market. Them overpaying everyone, definitely just no receiver's going to go to a team and be like, hey, did you see Christian Kirk? He got 18 million. I'm just as good as him. I need something better than this.
Yeah. No, it feels like that's why I think the Packers are playing things slow in the wide receiver free agent market, or it's playing a factor at least, because it's sort of this one-upsmanship of there's a run on all these wide receivers and everyone needs to pay more. You need to pay more than the guy that just got paid yesterday. And it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for an organization like the Packers to overpay for a wide receiver that hasn't been in the system yet, and we don't know what it's gonna look like, So kudos to MVS for getting the bag, and also for making the incredibly smart career decision to leave Aaron Rodgers. And then, yeah, exactly like what Emma said. You're leaving Aaron Rodgers, but, you get to go play with Patrick Mahomes. So a fantastic career decision, money and career-wise. So MVS, awesome job, man. Congratulations.
Do you think the MVS show played at all into Kansas City's decision? Do you think that they broke down any of those episodes to really see, what he brought to the team?
Yeah, they're
100%.
like, hey, we know he won't say anything stupid in interviews because he doesn't say anything at all.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, they're like, it's not going to be a media problem. So
exactly, Lambo. Yeah, like Jamal Williams to Detroit. All right, let's get to drunk tweet of the week. Like I said, I have 2 of them. I have a late entry today that came in literally under my nose an hour and a half ago. Nick, it's the last picture that's uploaded in the brands of the tweet here. Yeah. This a-hole right here. This is a guy that works for a television station. His job is sports media.
And his name's Dookie.
And this has to be a deep troll, right? This can't be a real thought that a person that's watched football actually thinks, right?
I don't know. People just like the splash plays. And because the Packers don't do the big splash and trade a first-round pick, second-round pick, and a bunch of other things for a wide receiver, and then pay him on top of that, $30 million a year, that the Packers don't do anything for him, which is obviously bullshit because we've been in the playoffs pretty much every year. So I don't know. That's just so asinine.
I mean, from a purely objective observational standpoint, he's not wrong. The Packers have never traded away anything like that or brought in a caliber of player like Tyreek Hill. Would also like to point out that does absolutely nothing to guarantee your team's success at any point in the season. Well,
couldn't you argue that they have brought in those players before? A, on offense through the draft, which is just as important as free agency. And B, couldn't you argue that bringing in Charles Woodson on the defense as a free agent is as big of a play to support a quarterback as it is to bring in a guy like Tyreek Hill?
No. I see the connection that you're trying to make, but no, not close.
I mean, Charles Woodson's a Hall of Famer. He turned that defense around, basically.
I don't think they count that as doing that for Rodgers because it's not directly impacting his play. Like, it's not like he's going to be catching a touchdown for him. Like, it does impact. Like, it was a great signing, but I don't think they're going to consider it for Rodgers because he's a defensive player.
I think the idea, like you said, Todd,
in your face. I was far.
Whatever, Jacob. Facts schmacks. Anyway,
Facts matter, Dan.
I don't know. I think part of it too is we have good players. Like, who do the Dolphins have that they could re-sign to be a pivotal part for Rodgers? Like, they don't have a David Bakhtiari.
Right.
Obviously, we just traded away Devonte Adams, but like they didn't really have those level of players where they're like, hey, let's keep them for our star quarterback, because they don't have one of those either.
Teams that typically make those kind of big, splashy, trade away all your capital kind of plays only do that because they don't do it in the draft. They don't have anything built up around. They don't have a core already. And as I pointed out on Twitter, just because you bring in Tyreek Hill doesn't mean Tua is going to be able to get it to him. So
I think Tua is going to be decent. People are shitting on him a lot, but
yeah, I am.
I know. I don't think we have enough to really say he's going to be good or not. Like, he had a bullshit first year where they'd take him out in the fourth quarter and put in Fitzmagic. Last year, I don't know, their coach was getting paid to lose games. So, like, I just don't really know. I don't really think we can judge him right now. And with, was it McDaniels there, Mike McDaniels? Like, he's a strong offensive mind. I think they'll be, and they just signed a fullback. So you obviously know they're going to be good.
All right. We'll come back to this. We'll come back and touch on this midway through the season. The second drunk tweet of the week, the official one up here, is of course from our good friends across the way there in Minnesota, talking about Zadarius Smith. Boy, you seriously would have thought that Minnesota won a Super Bowl in the past week, the way that they have been hyping Zadarius Smith coming there a couple of days ago. I mean, just like, I get it, man. I get it. You think there's a rivalry. You think that your little brother or whatever, but here's been my biggest dilemma with this recently. Last year for my birthday, I got a Zadarius Smith jersey that I'm holding up here now. Nick, if you want to throw us back up here. And it's been tough because what am I going to do with this thing? You know, it's a 55. I can't wear. Oh, you know what though? You know what 55 easily turns into? 59.
Oh,
Zadarius Smith has now officially given me a brand new Devandra Campbell jersey. So I say, have a blast in Minnesota, Zadarius. We will see you in October.
You know Devondre's wearing 43 next year, right?
Shut up, Todd.
I
I'm just
really
kidding.
want
He's
that to
not.
be true. I was going to say, please tell me he is.
There was a part of me, I was like, 75% of me was like, I know that's bullshit. But then there was another part that was like, he said it so convincingly, though.
That's why I never got a paternity test on my kids. He said they're his. So I was like, it must be.
I also have a Zadarius Smith jersey. And I think I'm going to have to go back on putting myself on a jersey ban. A couple years ago for Christmas, I got a Devonte Adams jersey. He stuck around long enough, but obviously gone. The last two jerseys I bought myself, Zadarius Smith and a David Bakhtiari.
And MVS.
Oh, I forgot about MVS. Yeah, I did buy that one too. So I got Bakhtiari's just before he blew out his knee. So officially, Todd Varney, not a jersey guy.
My last three were Jamal Williams, gone. Chris Barnes, still there. And then MVS, gone. So I just bought the ones for the shows that we did. So this year, when we do our player show, I'll have to buy that one. Hopefully it's someone that's going to be sticking around more than 1 year so we can break that curse.
Maybe don't do it. Maybe just don't do it.
I got a
I'm going to Preston one.
like, well, I don't remember when this was. Probably 6 years ago now, I think is what it was. For Christmas, I got like a $50 gift card to the pro shop. And that was enough to buy a shirt, like one of those like the custom like shirt jerseys, you know? So I'm like, oh, perfect. I loved Micah Hyde. He was from the town that I was working in at the time. Everyone loved him. He was the hometown kid. It was so cool to see someone from that area that I sort of grew up around make it to the NFL, and he's a Green Bay Packer. So I ordered that after the Cowboys playoff game. The Mason Crosby, the Jared Cook on the sideline catch, kick a field goal at the end. So there was one game after that, which was the NFC Championship where we lost. The shirt jersey comes in, literally like a month and a half later, he's gone. I didn't get to wear it like even once before he was
always got to
gone.
check contract status.
Yeah, that was your fault.
I know. I thought Ted Thompson would make the right play, and he didn't.
Well,
Dude,
that was your first
dead,
mistake.
I know it was my fault. It was my fault for trusting him. All right. Should we wrap up here, guys, with bar bets here? We got to kind of get to the end. We got another show coming up after us. Open Book still up here on the Game On Wisconsin YouTube channel, so make sure you stick around for that. So let's get to bar bets here, guys. Some stuff that we want to talk about as we look forward to the draft. We'll obviously be talking before and around the draft as well. So coming up here in the draft, will the Packers draft a wide receiver in the first round? Obviously, the 2 picks now in the first round. Do they draft a wide receiver? Todd, go.
I'm going to say 5 Bakhtiaris, yes. I meant to bring this up earlier. A lot of people talking about offensive line, and I know it's a bit of a depth concern. However, our best friend Joe Thomas told us all that this scheme helps offensive linemen. I'm willing to bet the Packers know that and don't need to spend high draft capital to bring in more guys to play offensive line when you can bring in skill position guys and see the difference in that high end talent. So I'm going to say, yeah, I think they do. I've also been wrong on this for the last, 3-4 years. So we'll see.
Jimmy?
I'm going 5 Bakhtiaris, yes. I think just the need that's there, having the 2 picks, they can hit multiple positions, or they can package those picks, move up and get Jordan Davis, and let everyone freak out that we have the most athletic big man on our team.
I want Jordan Davis. I'd like to get him. I'm with you. I think
It sounded very erotic almost.
maybe a little bit.
You see how fast he moves?
Yeah.
No judging, just pointing it out.
Big man. 6'6".
I'm with you. I think it's one of 2 options. They stay where they are right now, or both of those picks get traded in to move up for a non-wide receiver. I don't think they would package those 2 number 1s to move up just for a wide receiver. So I think it's one of those 2 options. It's either take a wide receiver in the first round with one of those 2, or move up for a non-wide receiver. And I think if they move up, it's for a guy on the defensive line, one of the pass rushers, Davis on the line, something like that. But I'm going to lean towards the odds and say that with one of those 2 picks, they will get a wide receiver. And so I will go 5 Bakhtiaris. Yes, they take a wide receiver in the first round.
Is there anybody in this draft worth 2 first-round picks for?
I think that's just the price of moving up. Like,
yeah, that's just that's.
I get that, but is there anybody that's worth paying that price for?
I mean, that Jordan, if Jordan Davis turns out to be anything, if he turns out to be 75% of what Kenny Clark is, imagine putting those 2 next to each other. That's a game changer, I feel like, for the defensive line.
pretty much anyone from the Georgia defensive line, I think might be worth moving up for. You have a red G on your head, is worth trading up to get a green G on their head.
Okay. Jacob brings up
a podcast. I really don't know though.
Jacob brings up an interesting hypothetical. Does it count if they trade one of those number ones for a wide receiver? So let's say it's for like a DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett. Does that still count as using
No.
one of those ones on a wide receiver?
No.
Okay.
Also, Metcalf just tweeted out today that it's time for him to step up and be a leader in Seattle. So I don't think he wants to leave. I get. Also, he doesn't really have a fucking choice because he doesn't have no trade clause.
Well, and nobody has ever tweeted out or made any type of commitment to a team or a city
exactly
that they were actively trying to leave. So
right.
Yes.
And I forget who it was. I just saw somebody tweeted at him to come play. I think it was
the door's always open for you in Kansas City. And
yeah, that's right. It was Kansas City. He said,
close it. I heard it's cold there.
Pretty cold there. Yeah.
Again, if Lambeau had a roof.
What's our next bar bet?
Do the Packers add another starter either via free agency or trade? Jimmy?
I'm gonna go 4 Bakhtiari's. Yes, I can see us being in on the Brandon Cooks. Devonte Parker is another one people are talking about a lot today. And there's always shit that comes up. Like, we're only really a few weeks into this whole actually being able to sign in for people and everything, and it's been the craziest offseason. Like, there's going to be more stuff that moves around and people are going to become available. So I say, yeah, I feel like it has to.
Todd?
I'm going to go 5 Bakhtiari's yes on this as well. Like Jimmy said, there's a lot of offseason left, a lot of guys to move around. The only thing is there's not really a lot of spaces to put a starter in right now. What do you have that's up in the air right now? Right tackle?
Yeah.
And wide receiver?
Wide receiver? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It gives me some pause because, like, this was my reasoning. Exactly what Todd said. There's really not that many starting spots open right now on this team, except for wide receiver, where there's technically like 3 or 4 starters that they put out onto a field, basically. So, you could argue that any wide receiver.
No, you only get 2. This bet, you only get 2.
Only get 2. So top 2. Well, then no. I say 4 Bakhtiari's. No, they don't, because I think if they bring in any wide receiver, I don't think that they bring in a caliber of guy. There's just not the opportunity out there right now. I'd be very surprised. I'd be very happy. I just don't see it happening. So
you think they go into next season with a rookie, Lazard, and Cobb as their top 3?
Maybe, yeah.
God, that's gross.
Oh, fuck.
But then again, I mean, we've been saying for the last few years that wide receiver is the biggest need of this team, and all Aaron Rodgers has done is, win 13 games in the regular season and win a couple MVPs. So
with Devonte Adams.
Well, but it was still a need. It was still a major need. So maybe it's not.
I feel like it was a major need to just free up Devonte a little bit more. And then they realized, like,
we never threw to him when he was covered and everybody else was wide open anyway. So
yeah,
that's a great point.
Let's end with that. I want to talk about that really quick. Watch them draft a fucking kicker and replace Mason Crosby and me lose this bet. The idea of losing Devonte Adams and opening up the offense. What do you make of that argument or that idea? Because I understand it, and I think that it's technically true, but you would still rather, in a perfect world, have Devonte Adams in this offense than not, right? Even if it opened up the offense more or differently, right?
Yeah, I mean, you always want top-end talent, especially if it isn't like something that creates issues off the field or in the locker room, which Devonte is not a guy like that. So, you always want a guy like him around if you can, but the money he got, congrats, dude. I'm real stoked that we won't be paying him that money in 3-4 years.
It's a lot.
We do have another bar bet on there, Dan. Why don't you read that one?
Oh, is Jimmy the worst?
5 Bakhtiari's, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely. I don't think I need to explain myself on that one. It's pretty obvious.
Just look in the top right corner of your screen, everybody.
First of all, you guys know you would have tie-dye overalls if you found them at a farmer's market
I
too.
fucking would.
Then you have no fashion sense because they are super comfortable.
Did you see my thirst trap Thursday? You tell me I don't have any fashion sense?
Welcome to my thirst trap Thursday. Screw off, Emma. They're not the worst. You're the worst. Whatever. I'm going to buy you guys all a pair. I'm going to buy your son a pair of tie-dye overalls, and I expect a picture.
That's fine. He's a baby. He's supposed to wear goofy stuff like that.
You can wear goofy stuff whenever you want, Dan. This is America.
Okay. I'm waiting for your inspirational children's book to come out. Speaking of the draft, everybody, like we said, we're going to be down in Cincinnati for the second night of the draft on Friday night at Max Pizza Pub in Covington, Kentucky, just across the border of Ohio, sitting right there on the river. We're going to be there with, hopefully all three of us. We got the trophy to present the guys. We got a bunch of raffle stuff to give away. We got some other cool stuff that we're going to be doing, hopefully doing a bit of a live stream or something there. So we really hope if you're in the area, if you can make it down. I know Matt, super excited about it. We're expecting a good number of people. So hopefully it's a lot of fun. We see a lot of people out here. Also, speaking of the draft, make sure you go get yourself a pre-order copy of the Game On Wisconsin draft guide. That's coming out, I think, in about a week or so now. I think is what I saw. I forget. I pre-ordered it.
Tell us in the comments.
I pre-ordered it like 2 weeks ago. I'm just waiting for it to show up in my inbox, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be coming here inside the week.
I thought it was already honestly.
Go on. I believe it's linked in the socials. Go on there. You'll be able to find it. The Game On Wisconsin draft guide, profiles on all the players and how they fit into the Packers organization. Yes, Corey, it is a digital PDF version, I believe. Guys, anything you want to wrap up with? Let the people know about before we sign off?
No,
Todd?
No, not at all. Nothing. Let's wrap it.
Awesome sauce. Socials are right here, guys. We hope to see you out.
That's such a crab ass. Listen to On Brand Off Topic every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Follow me, Jimmy_C08. Todd's just grumpy right now because
what? How?
I don't know, but I like to say you're grumpy because then you start to get grumpy, and then grumpy Todd's the funniest Todd. That's why you keep me around, babe.
You can follow Todd at the Todd V on Twitter. You can follow me at DK All the Way. You can follow us at Game On WI on Twitter and Instagram. And make sure you go follow us on the YouTube page if you have not done so already. Assume you are if you're watching us right now. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, do so because you'll get notified every time we go live, just like we're going to go live here in another 7 minutes or so with Open Book coming up right after us. Make sure you check them out. For producer Nick, for Jimmy, for Todd, Dan the bartender signing off, saying everybody, cheers. Enjoy the rest of the off season. Go Brewers. Go Bucks. And we'll see you in a little bit. Bye everybody.